Quebec YouTuber of Chinese descent, who was harassed by the Chinese government. Now, it's the Chinese government, so we know the feds aren't going to do anything about it because the Chinese government helps them elect their idiots, like Han Dong. So, for this young lady, the Chinese government circulated sexually explicit deep fakes
What?
of her. So it would have, for all intents of all intents and purposes, I hate when people say that wrong. I don't want to be someone who does it. Uh, reputationally harming, deeply embarrassing, sexualized deepfakes of her.
How is the Chinese government in the first place, Sheila, getting involved with Quebec-based YouTubers to begin with?
She's a dissident. She said, I'm with Taiwan, I'm with the Uyghurs, I'm with Hong Kong, I'm against the Chinese government. And
Huh.
so
So,
this is she is an accountant from McGill. And she began, doing her YouTube thing on YouTube. And she was critical of the CCP and Xi Jinping. And all of a sudden, they came for her, and just damaged her reputation. And none of them were her.
unbelievable. And you know what? She probably knows this more than anyone. Should she go back to China, it's curtains for her. I mean,
Yeah.
if the Chinese government will go to this length to attack her while she is a resident of Quebec, could you imagine if they actually physically had her in their clammy hands? And I mean, how gross is that? Pretending that, I don't know, a version of pornography of her is actually her. And by the way, Sheila, me being a bear of very little brain, how does this get past all the algorithms? How does this get past all the, censorious or, family friendly guardians out there? Remember that time, Sheila, it was Alex and I, we went down it was about the encampment at Dufferin-Bloor Park being taken down, and men and women were walking around, the usual suspects in terms of the lunatic fringe, with their tops off. And there was one guy who was very porky, shall we say. He basically had man boobs, and YouTube told us, you gotta blur those, even though it wasn't female mammary glands, it was his. And people in the comments, it was funny. Oh, that was Savage Rebel News, blurring his chest like that. Oh, no, we were told by
Right.
YouTube. So the point I'm getting to, in a roundabout fashion, as per usual, if we have to go through that scrutiny, how does this kind of crap get by?
If you look at what she's saying it was being posted on X, so the uncensored platform, and it was being posted in response to posts from Justin Trudeau. So these widely seen posts, and so that a lot of people would see it, and it was being put there by Chinese bots. But don't worry, the federal government won't do anything about it. She can just get on the pile with other ethnically Chinese dissidents like Kenny Chu, who is the subject of a targeted misinformation campaign, so that, gosh, I forget his name. Anyways, a Liberal MP was the benefit of it
Dong?
in Richmond. No. Kenny Chu is in British Columbia.
Okay.
And he lost his riding after a disinformation campaign, which was organized on WeChat against him. And shoot, I can't remember the Liberal mental lightweight who won instead of him. And then Jenny Kwan was the subject of this. So, I mean, it goes across all parties. As long as you are critical of the Chinese government, they're going to come for you.
But Sheila, I think this goes beyond disinformation. I think this is good old-fashioned defamation. If somebody were to take your likeness and put it all over social media.
Don't give them any ideas. Don't give them any ideas, please.
No, but in all seriousness, I think that meets the benchmark of defamation.
Sure. I think, but the thing is, revenge porn is illegal.
Exactly.
Right? Like, So we don't need new laws for this because the liberals are going to look at this. If they do anything about it, they're going to say, we need more laws to
Yep.
censor what happens on social media. We have a law for this.
100%.
Use that law and deal with this. But if
Yep.
they do that, they're going to have an international incident on their hands.
So we have revenge porn laws for this. We have defamation civil actions for this. I guess maybe it's a no-hoper going against the regime in China, but I think this meets the benchmark. They have done everything possible in their power to defame this lady in Quebec.
Of course they did. Of course they have. But I guess at the end of the day, what are the liberals going to do about it? They will use this to censor Canadians and not to help her.
Yeah, and maybe there's another example of why, blackface has a certain degree of admiration in his heart for the way the Chinese government gets things done like this,
Right.
defaming Canadians. Unbelievable.